Alrighty, everybody. Happy after yesterday. Welcome back to another video. Today is day 27 of the 100 videos in 100 days challenge. And today I want to do something a little bit different for you guys. I want to do a little bit of a different style video. Now, not particularly from like what I'm giving you guys, but I want to actually give you guys a little bit of a challenge, a task to do, so to speak. Something that you can push yourself to do or follow for the next month. So something that got brought up on this morning's coaching call for our Group 2 students was a couple different things, right? We talked a little bit about focus, we talked about putting our blinders on, getting fixated on a few things in business and kind of staying the course for, the next 60, 90 days, etc. But on the tail end of that, another thing that got brought up was making offers, extending invitations for people to buy your products, for people to buy your programs, jumping into your groups, following you, etc. So as I mentioned, I want to do something a little bit different for you guys today. So my challenge to you for the month of May, today is the last day of April, means we have a full month of May. I want you to make it a point to send a minimum of 100 financial offers throughout the month of May. And now I know some of you guys might be thinking, well, I don't even have 100 people that I could send an offer to, or I don't have, 100 conversations going, or I don't even know what I'm selling. And with that, helps you realize the problem. So obviously this challenge will only be for, people who kind of already are clear on their monetization vehicle. They know what they're potentially selling and they kind of already have some momentum in business. But if you're new, then we need to figure out the pieces relatively quickly. We need to figure it out faster. Give yourself less options, less time to get your ducks in a row. Realistically, our ducks will never be in a row. It's not always things are going to be the best, or at times we're going to have to operate or make decisions in business whether we're ready or not. Like as a real-time example, like I'm technically not ready to close down my group that I've been running for years, but today's the last day, right? We're officially closing down our free Facebook groups tomorrow, and I'm nervous about it, right? We fell short on a goal that we wanted to hit 1,000 members, and unless we get 400 requests in the next 12 hours, it ain't happening. Now, on to the actual point of why I want you guys to do this. First and foremost, a lot of us want to make more sales in business, but we avoid and completely neglect the things that actually make sales, like sending invitations to buy products. It's very easy to want to go live for 5 hours a day, or fix the color of our landing pages and do all these things that feel like they move the business along a lot. And then we end up avoiding the actual pieces that make sales, that make the money, that actually get people to pay you for your offers. Next up will be the fact that it's going to get you comfortable with asking for the sale. I know this was probably one of the hardest parts for me in the beginning. I was, the rapport king. I would literally talk to people for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and kind of wonder why they weren't ever buying my offers. And realistically, I was never asking them if they wanted to potentially buy anything from me. Hey, I know we've been talking for the last 3 weeks, but would you be interested in checking out information on XYZ? I never did that. I kind of operated my business from the blanket of, hey, I gave you all this value. Now sell me something. I was waiting for people to say that to me, and realistically, it very rarely ever happened. Third, if we set a goal to offer sent to number of people, and I'm talking about financial offers, hey, do you want to come hang out with me in XYZ? It's going to allow you to work backwards from what's actually happening in your business. As I mentioned earlier, some of you guys might not have offers. You might not know what you're selling. You might not be creating content. So that's a key indicator that that's where we need to put your energy, right? If we have a goal of sending out 100 offers in a 30-day window and we don't even have 100 people in our audience, it's not going to happen. Or if we don't have, we're not consistently creating content that's generating enough interest to even start conversations, then that's the problem in the business, right? But if we can set the metric to, hey, I want to send this amount of invitations for somebody to buy my product, my offer, my affiliate product, my course, my coaching offer, my physical product, doesn't necessarily matter what the offer is, but invitations directly to have somebody pay you, it can allow you to work backwards from what's actually happening in your business. And another part is it'll also give you data. So it will give you data on what you potentially need to start including in your offers, potentially what's missing, things you can add. Uh, because if we, let's say for example, we have this program that we want to launch, and or this offer that we want to sell, and we send it to 3 people, and like, oh, nobody bought this thing's not, it's not it, right? I should probably sell something else. At the end of the day, it's not enough data. It's not enough people. It's not enough. You didn't send it enough times to even give yourself the runway to even see if this thing could pop, right? Like when we initially launched Group Juice, one of our main signature programs we've been running for years, we barely closed 20 spots, and we probably sent that offer out a couple hundred times, right? In a 3-week window, right? Very high volume, getting as many opportunities as we could for people to say yes, and we barely closed 20 spots the initial launch. But we wouldn't have been able to get the data around what we needed to change in the offer, potential things that we needed to start adding, trainings that we needed to cover, get the objections that we were getting, so that way we could make tweaks in our content, potentially handling the objections via content creation or including those in our actual offer itself. All of these benefits can start to come from business if you literally start putting your offer in more people's hands. Start asking for the sale. Start inviting people to buy your product, right? And I genuinely hope the majority of the people in here are here to build businesses that make them money and not run expensive hobbies. Because at the end of the day, we all run businesses. We all have things to sell. We all have things to market. We all have programs to promote, etc. And that's how you're going to actually make sales, is by inviting people to buy your programs, buy your offers, buy your opportunities. But it's probably one of the biggest hangups that I've seen, especially in the last few months. A lot of people want to make money. They want to make sales, but they don't ever even give themselves the opportunity to make the sale. It's like, hey, I'll do this. I'll build out this course. I'll build out this thing. And then what? And then I'm just going to go back to resuming what I was doing and not invite people to buy this thing that I just spent all this time building, right? And I've done this a lot in my past, right? I was just going through some of my content this morning where I would build courses. I actually recorded my first, I think there was 45 videos inside of it, my first digital course in 2019. And I built this thing. I spent weeks building this program. But then after I built it, I didn't actually like send people to it. It was like, I built it, now people should buy it. And it's like, if I would have been more proactive, invited more people, spent more time actually connecting with people and getting it into their hands, then yes, it probably would have worked. Versus I was off to the next thing, like, oh, let's go build something else. Let's go change my cover photo. Let's go do something that doesn't really make a difference in my business. And the thing to understand about this entire business and this entire game is the fact that it's like a flywheel effect. So let's say, for example, you take me up on my challenge and you go send 100 offers in the month of May. And let's say you make 25 sales. And then in the month of June, you can turn around and talk about those 25 sales you made, which then is going to make making 50 sales easier because you just established proof of concept in your business. You just generated some results, which then creates better marketing, which then makes selling more offers easier and getting more clients easier. And then you have their results that you can start speaking on. And then it's just this infinite loop. But it all starts with you asking somebody for the sale more than one time and not having the courage to like get told no. It's not the end of the world. And you don't have to burn down relationships if they say no. Like, just ask, invite. So that's my challenge to you guys. And I know this is going to be a very hard one to do for a lot of you guys, right? You can do this either via privately in the DMs with people in your audience. You can do this publicly. If If you are already kind of consistent in the content creation and you're kind of already been checking the boxes for a little while, I want to push you to do some financial offers. Get your offer in more people's hands over the next 30 days. And if you're kind of newer in business, I want to emulate this. I want you guys to emulate this in your own business as well. But I want you to utilize the offer ask for like follows, maybe coming into your group, maybe interaction with you on the World Wide Web versus financial offers. Because if you're a brand new beginner and you haven't really posted any content yet, then I'm not going to encourage you to just go out there and blast product, because we still need to sell people on you. But if you are going to partake in this challenge, those are the two different mediums. If you're already moving in business, then I want to push you to actually make 100 financial offers inside the DMs or inside of your content, mixture of the two throughout the month of May. And if you're kind of newer to business, just getting started, I want to push you to ask 100 times throughout the month of May for a follow, potentially join your group, or to connect with you via DM. And that's all I got for you guys. If you're going to take me up on this challenge, drop a hashtag May in the comments, and I look forward to seeing if anybody's going to take me up on this.